All right, folks, you know what part of the year we're in here. It's Thanksgiving, and it's Thanksgiving prep. And there are some things you can do well ahead of time to make your Thanksgiving prep less of a crushing headache. I've got a mirepoix of vegetables here, some mushrooms included. And then here, a big load of turkey necks. And I'm not going to do this from beginning to end because it would take a half an hour just for this first part alone. But you're going to want to brown the turkey necks. I'll come back and do that with all of them. They won't fit in the pan all at once. So I'm just going to explain to you sequence. I'm going to go ahead and roll these turkey necks around, get them nice and brown. There's a little flour on there, which helps with the stock and the thickness of that. This is an ancho chili pepper. And then I'm going to, after they are browned on all sides, all of them, I'll arrange them over the top of the mirepoix vegetables. And then I'm going to add in, this is some rosé. White wine is what I usually use, but I have a desire to have a little rosé later on tonight. So I'm going to use about half a bottle of rosé. And I'm going to hit it with mixture of herbs, thyme, oregano, bay leaves, whole black peppercorns. Those will be the aromatics. And then a nice quart or so of chicken stock. And then I'm going to turn the heat down, put a lid on that, and I'm going to let that braise slowly for about 2.5, well, say 2 hours, and check it. This meat is great, but it's definitely one of these braising parts of the animal, and we're going for whole animal cooking as much as we can because it's much more favorable to the environment and to the way we perceive food altogether. So what I can do is once I've got them brown, so I can come over here and put those on there like that, and I'll come back and get the other 4. I'm using 2.5 pounds or so of turkey necks for the amount we need for our homemade turkey stuffing. Well, actually it's dressing because I'm not stuffing the bird. Dressing is when you don't stuff the bird. Stuffing is when you do stuff the bird. I prefer the control of dressing. So like I say, I'm going to brown these off on all sides. That's happening quickly now. Every time you cook in a pan, remember, it's going to start off slow, but then the heat is going to accelerate. So, I'm going to go ahead and, now that I've had that browning on the bottom of where the meat's coming directly in contact with the heat of the pan, the fat in the pan, and I used a combination of butter and duck fat. It's going to be a little bit crowded, but that's okay with braising. You don't want to have them overlapping. This is going to be perfect. So, yeah, I think that gets done to where I can show you the whole thing, but I am going to. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in a nice amount of wine, half a bottle, other half, as I say, for later. The aromatics on top. Push those down in. Now I'm going to lower the heat. Not too low, but pretty low. Of course, I want to check this back in about 20 minutes to make sure I'm never near boiling, because with braising, it's a simmer. This is going to make a really intense stock, which I'm going to use again, probably for making the gravy. Now, you don't want to cover this entirely. You want to have a little bit of a place to release it to where you don't ever encourage the idea of boiling. So as I say, I'm going to, that's a little high, so I'm going to come back to about here, and then I'm going to let it cook for 20 minutes. I'll check it and make sure I've got a nice bubbling atmosphere for the turkey necks. That is, so far, the lesson for Thanksgiving 2024 today. I'll talk to you all soon.